we've been seeing more and more videos of people feeling emboldened, empowered enough to go up to minorities throughout the country and say disgusting, vicious things, threaten to call the police on them. The latest example comes from Torrance, California. For anyone who's not familiar with Torrance, it has a pretty large Asian population there. I have a lot of friends who live in Torrance. It's a beautiful area. And one of the residents there was recently working out at a park. And unfortunately, she was confronted by a horrible person, to say the least. I don't want to give away too much, so let's take a look at what happened.
Jesus.
Hey, listen to me. We don't play games here anymore, okay? Next time you ever talk to me like that, you're gonna get your ass kicked by my family. And they're gonna f you up.
What did I do?
Right. They're gonna f you
Why?
up.
What did I do?
Because you are an asshole. Look at the whole stairs to
But
yourself.
you had these
Why
stairs
don't
and
you go
that
somewhere
stairs?
else where you can go to a gym? This is not just for you.
Oh, you
Get
need
the f out of this world. Get the f out of this state. Go back to whatever f Asian country you belong in.
Okay, racist.
This is not your place. This is not your home. We do not want you here. You
Ooh.
put that on Facebook. I hope you do. Because every person will beat the crap out of you from here on out. Don't you ever say, oh, Jesus, to me when I want to use the stairs, you little bitch.
There's other stairs.
You are a sick, ignorant teenager.
Oh, thank
wait,
you.
you're what, middle-aged woman? Who wears black in California sun? Who the wears black? Are you an idiot? You wear black in California sun? Seriously?
Like that last part where she repeated 3 times that she thinks it's terrible that this woman's wearing black in California sun, which, by the way, it has been really hot lately and that seems dangerous. So I don't advise it. But the real story here is that woman is unhinged and dangerous and seems to be giddy at the idea of Asians getting physically hurt and beaten in Torrance, California.
So I like that we're the fairest show in America. And even for this, it's just racist. We're like, on the other hand, good point about the black outfit. Look, getting real. She said in the beginning something about we're not going to take it anymore. Right. Mm-hmm. So that seems to be a political reference that, we kept our racism bottled up all these years. But not anymore. We're just going to yell at, apparently all different minorities and ethnicities. And yeah, I mean, it really goes to a lot of what Tucker Carlson talks about. White people in this country, some white, of course not all, but feel displaced. And in a place like Torrance that used to be nearly all white, that now has a very significant Asian population, and of course Latinos as well, they feel like this used to be my stairs. Now I have to share it with Asians? No. I'm entitled to the stairs. We let you use the stairs every once in a while, but now you want to do the exercise where I have to walk around you? No, not anymore. These are our stairs. You go back to whatever Asian country you came from. Now, look, then she threatens the violence and her family. Look, the woman there that was being yelled at, she handled it great. She says she's shaken afterwards, of course. And no one knows how you would handle it in that moment, because that moment is different, nerve-wracking, etc. But somebody like that's going to mess with the wrong person at some point. I mean, if somebody tells me to go back to my country, I'm going to let them know which country that is. And I'm going to explain to them that it is not theirs. It's not theirs exclusively. And if they don't like it, they can go pound sand. And by the way, they should be careful because some of that is mine. Okay. So that Asian woman there is not any less American. I would argue she's more American than that Karen, who apparently does not understand the point of America. And I would tell her, no, it's mine. What are you going to do about it? So,
Yeah.
and then she proudly says, put it on Facebook. I want everybody to know how entitled, racist, and violent I am. Okay.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. You know, so the thing that I have a hard time comprehending is life is hard, right? Like once you really become an adult and you have responsibilities, it doesn't stop. Like it never gets easier. It just gets harder. I remember in 2016, I was like, oh, just as soon as we get through 2016, it's gonna be easier. Everything's gonna be easier and carefree again. Because honestly, like my life was pretty carefree, I think, before 2016, which shows you how unbelievably privileged I am. But then at 2016, not just because of this election, but because of a bunch of other like personal things, like my parents are getting older and life just gets more complicated and difficult and you struggle more. The reason why I bring all those things up is because literally the last thing that would set me off is someone working out at the park. Like, what kind of life does that woman live where seeing an Asian woman working out at the stairs at their local park is like the most devastating thing in the world? You get what I'm saying? Like, these people come from a completely different like world. They have a completely different worldview. Like there's so much to be upset about in the world. There is a lot of injustice, right? But really that's what set you off? Like all these people bitching and moaning about wearing masks when they go to grocery stores. Like how easy has your life been where something as simple as putting a mask on to demonstrate that you have compassion and care about other people's lives is like the hardest thing in the world. It's the biggest challenge. I just don't get it. I don't know.
So on several occasions, I mentioned this article that I read in Alternate because it really opened my eyes to a different culture in America. Because since I'm an immigrant and I moved to this country when I was 8 years old, I never felt entitled to anything at all. And, you know, when we were growing up, we were poor. So like the idea of entitlement never crossed my mind. It just was not within my context. So it took me a long, long time to understand that other people in this country genuinely feel like they're entitled to everything. And ironically, they accuse others of entitlement, which is hilarious, right? Because it's always projection. And I didn't accuse anyone of entitlement because it wasn't in my head, right? But it's in their head the whole time. Like, it's my stairs, my country, right? And so the article I referred to in Alternate was about the Civil War. And the Southerners genuinely believed that if you took away their slaves, you were taking away their liberty. I mean, it's so stunning. It takes such mental gymnastics to say my ability to take away the freedom of other human beings is impinging upon my freedom because I'm entitled to having humans work for me for free. I'm entitled to whip them, kill them, rape them, etc. I'm entitled to all of this. How dare you challenge what they view to be their property rights and that you're impinging upon them? So after all these years, that's the vestige of it. That woman in the park saying, you know, why are you on my stairs? We're not going to take it anymore. You need to go back to whichever Asian country you came from. So look, for all those folks who don't get that you have that sense of entitlement and that the rest of us exist, we're humans, we're American citizens, and we're all supposed to share this country and live together at some point in peace and harmony. Well, sad day for you. No, you don't get to own it. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to break the news to you, and it's going to make you super sad. And when Trump loses, you're going to cry and cry and cry, and I'm going to love it. My news for you is you don't own the entire country anymore. You just don't. You don't get to treat the rest of us like crap anymore. You don't get to own us. You don't get to oppress us. You don't get to impose your will upon us. So here, I'll depress you even further. My complexion is brown. I'm originally from the Middle East. My background is Muslim. And guess what? I own this country just as much as you do. So it's my land. It's my country. It's my country. So go and suck on that.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.